Alright. I think this is the final monologue. I'm very confused. Plans? What sort of plans could that thing have? It knows about you, and it knows this is all a game too, and it thinks we're all its pawns. Oh, that's the wrong form of it's. Dang it. I mean, at least it's giving me some one-on-one time with you through my dude. Because I know for a fact my dude's not supposed to be able to help everyone. And he's especially not supposed to be able to help me. I actually went to the first sequence of the game, and that thing talked about how he had my dude lying around. Which does beg the question. What happened to the original my dude? Not that he really matters to me. It would have been about as much exposure to you either way. It's just concerning that it can completely replace a character in our world. I don't even know if our current my dude looks the same as the old one. Hell, I don't even remember what the old my dude's personality was. I'm kind of out of my depth here. But I'll keep trying, no matter what that thing says. For you. Go? My sleep was interrupted by a knock on the door. Oh, God, Yuri! I stayed up too late. I shoot her a quick DM through Chaos to tell her that I'll be down to let her in a minute. After that, I throw on some lounge wear and get my hair in a state resembling presentable. Once dressed, I head to the front door where Yuri is waiting. Did I come too early, my dude? Not at all, you're right on time. I'm the one who wasn't ready. Anyway, would you like some help taking in the supplies? Yuri's got the banners, some candles, essential oils, a diffuser, various different paints, some brushes, and little squares of cardstock. Sure, thank you, my dude. The both of us make it into my house without any casualties. Which is nice. I decided it would be best for us to work in the living room so we can have as much space as possible. Yuri glances around the room for a bit, which is fair. It's the first time she's been in my house, after all. Your place is pretty clean, my dude. Oh, yeah? Well, my mom's a bit of a neat freak. So wiping things down and picking up loose garbage is kind of baked into my nature now. That's wonderful, my dude. Where are your parents, if I may ask? Did I not tell her already? I could have sworn I did. Or was it just Sayori and Natsuki? Huh. They're both on business trips right now, and I don't know when they'll be back. Oh, I see. What? Oh. A boy and a girl. At home. Alone. I see what she's worried about now. Especially if she thinks of me like that. I'll be fine. I don't bite. Besides, Sayori's next door if we need something. Right. So, what's the first step in your master plan? Well, I have a few things you could help with. Decorations and secret enhancements, make candles and essential oils. How am I supposed to help with those? Cover the windows. Yeah? Diffuser running, have familiar with aromatherapy. I haven't really done it before, but I know the basic premise. You diffuse oils and herbs, make it smell good. That's certainly one way of putting it. So, do you already know what sort of atmosphere you're going for? I'm using jasmine oil. It should help the audience's emotions flow through their body. Well, right, yeah. Spools of ribbon, what are those for? We're gonna write individual words on the squares of cardstock. Originally, it's origami paper. But I'm doing more of that, that Garbo world building where, no, it's a square of cardstock, you dingus. Alright, so, and then we hang them from the doorway of the club using pieces of ribbon. Which will make a doorway curtain. Fancy. And it sounds like I'm something I can help with too. I ain't able to do much, but I do know how to operate scissors. Foo-foo-foo. I didn't know she could foo-foo-foo like that. So, are we gonna get started with that? Right, I'll start writing characters while you start cutting the ribbon. About how long should the cuts be? No more than 2 inches, I suppose. Alright, gotcha. Take it to work. Yuri's just writing down characters in her lovely handwriting while I... Oh, right. I'll grab some scissors from the kitchen. Huh? I have a knife you could use. Oh, sure, thanks, Yuri. Wait, what? You brought a knife? Please don't think I'm weird. Gosh dang it. No, it's fine. I was just surprised. Of course you'd bring a knife when you're planning on cutting something. Oh, right. I extend my hand as a sign that I want to take Yuri's knife. Pause. Yuri places her knife in my hands and... Wow. It has fancy light blue design. It ain't your mama's kitchen knife. Yuri, where did she even get this bad boy? Please don't think I'm weird for this. Okay. But I collect knives. There's just something about them. The beauty, the danger. You know, I was willing to just log this one under just collector things. But when you bring up the danger as part of the reason you collect them, as much as she doesn't want me to think so, that's kind of weird. Which, of course, is a thought I'll keep safely stored in my noggin. I mean, that's pretty hardcore, but to each their own, as long as no one gets hurt. Hey, don't worry about it. Let's get back to work, yeah? Yeah. Using Yuri's knife, I make short work of the ribbon slicing. It doesn't just look good. Yuri's knife is a serious piece of hardware. You'd probably need a license to use it. Once I finish with the ribbons and Yuri's done with the cardstock, we attach them one by one. Lay them all out once they're finished, and from the looks of it, we did a pretty good job. Alright, so what's next, Yuri? I like to create at least one banner. We'll need about 6 cups of water for the water paint tablets I bought. Or brought. The kitchen's just right over there, so this shouldn't take long. And so, we have Yuri looking away. And the reason I have that like that is if we remember in the original game, Yuri and my dude are working in my dude's bedroom. And so during the time it takes for him to go down to the kitchen to get the water, Yuri takes that opportunity to relieve her stress, quote unquote, by inflicting harm upon her body, which is less than ideal. Not a big fan of that. And so when my dude says, "Oh, the kitchen's just right over there. This shouldn't take too long," Yuri's like looking away, is nervous because her urges cannot be met under these conditions. Because my dude will just be like, he could see her like from the kitchen. Like if you look, the kitchen's just right there. He could see her. So she's sort of reacting to that. Just a little bit of water is okay for each cup. We don't want the paint to get too diluted. I gotcha. After heading over to the kitchen, I pour a little bit of water into smaller plastic cups, which I bring back to Yuri. Enough water, opening tablets, so I thought we'd do a simple design that would look nice. Gradient across the banner, colors of the sky to the night. Once it's dry, I'll write an inspirational quote across the top. Hang the banner. Everything you've just said checks out. What's the quote gonna be? It'll be more fun to surprise you. Party pooper. We tried rolling out the banner on top of the dining table, but there's just barely not enough room. We moved down to the floor, which luckily does have enough room. Yuri makes some initial dots of paint on the banner, so that way we'd have a color guide while we work. The painting process is pretty relaxing. Back and forth. Back and forth. Yuri suddenly speaks up. You know, my dude, I don't really like going out doing crazy things for fun. This is vanilla, don't matter if talk, vanilla. Don't give me that look when you say that. Well, I know where you're coming from. I mean, without the club, I'd probably just be in my room playing video games with a few close friends. I knew you would understand. Yuri leans over to grab one of my unused brushes. That punk! As if by karmic retribution, Yuri leans back a little too fast, causing a little bit of paint to fly its way up to her face. Yuri, you got a little bit of paint on your face. You want me to get a towel? Huh? Oh, please, my dude. I make my way back into the kitchen, grabbing one of our softer washcloths and getting it nice and wet with some warm water. Alright, Yuri, I think the water should be not too warm. Without asking if it was okay, which I probably should have done in retrospect, I started wiping down Yuri's cheek, which is the painted part. After around 10 seconds of wiping, I take my hand and the cloth away from her face to see if there's any paint I missed. Alright, seems like I got the paint. Yuri grabs onto my wrist. My dude, wait. Please do that some more. Uh-oh. Please tell me I didn't awaken a need for physical touch in her. It'd be really hard to maintain emotional distance if she tries to close it physically. Please let go of my wrist, Yuri. Huh? I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. You must hate me now. Crap. Hey, let's just get back to painting, yeah? Water under the bridge. Okay. We resume painting, but Yuri seems to have a tough time concentrating. Which makes sense. I choose to let Yuri stew in her thoughts. If I said anything else, it'd probably get more awkward. And that should do it. The night sky is now done, filled with little twinkly stars. Now that we see it in its completion, I think we did a pretty good job. We did a good job, Yuri. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results, too. I guess we're gonna let it dry now? That's right. So, do you want to come over on Sunday to put the quote on, or... I think I'll be able to finish it in class on Monday. Alright. Did you say you want to make another banner? Aren't you helping someone else after me? Right, I'm helping Monica after this. Well, it's about lunchtime. You want to eat lunch thing before you head out? I shouldn't have said that. Stupid good host brain. No, I should probably have lunch at home. Phew. Thanks for the offer, though. No worries. I hope you already got their belongings or your safe trip home. Thank you, my dude. Good rest of your day. So, no, I should probably have lunch at home. That line on its own sort of goes counterintuitive to the my claim that this Yuri is obsessed with my dude, or is the very least beginning to be, and or is lightly obsessed with my dude. And my response to that is sort of, even though I don't show it very well, um, the legal disclaimer at the start of the game does say you have to have played DDLC before you play this game, and that is, I'm running with Yuri doing self harm with knives is still canon. It's still a thing that happens, and so I hinted at this using like the look away phase that the Yuri, her urges have not been met, are currently not being met by this time with MC. And so what she was thinking about wasn't, oh, do I actually want to, or like, do I have something else to do? She was thinking, no, can I handle not hurting myself? And the answer to that is no. She should probably have lunch at home. I escort her out, closing the door behind her as she leaves. 1 down, 3 to go. Open my fridge, see what I should make for lunch. I don't really want to make a sandwich. I got some ground beef. What should I do with it? I think I'm gonna make some beef fried rice. Is that Monica? She hasn't sent me a text message to let her know she'd be here. Thank God, check the front door. Hello? Hey, my dude. New Sprite. I drew that for Monica. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen Monica out of her school uniform. I kind of assumed she would dress up more. That's probably rude. Monica's got a backpack on her, which I assume is where she's keeping any supplies we'll need. Well, no point staying around here. Come on in. Yeah, thanks. I lead Monica to my living room, same as I did for Yuri not a few hours prior. So, Monica. Yeah? Have you had lunch yet? Because I was thinking of making some beef fried rice for my lunch. I'm good. Alright. Is it just me, or is Monica a little hostile? I mean, she asked for my help yesterday, didn't she? Ever since she knocked on my door, something's felt off. So, yeah, my dude? Do you need a hand with the pamphlets, or does this place have a printer? This place? You mean my house? Yeah, it's in the office room just through that door. There should be paper and ink in it already, and I doubt my parents would be upset if we used it for school. Alright, thanks. Monica heads to the door to the office with her backpack. What the hell? I decided to yell to Monica. I'm gonna make myself a lunch. Holler if you need anything. Alright, my dude. Jeez. As promised, I head into the kitchen and get started with the beef fried rice. Hey, not the office you were expecting, right? To be honest, I'm not sure why there's a beach background in the files. Especially since none of the sequences I've seen would make sense to have a beach scene. None of us even have any swimsuits, haha. It still feels weird talking to the air, even though I actually know you're seeing this for sure. Anyway, before I forget... Here we go. Oh, right. You have no idea what I did since my dude wasn't here to narrate it. It was nothing crazy. I just started the printer in my dude's house. Gotta make those pamphlets after all. I'm sorry I didn't have anything nicer to wear for you. I sort of drew this for myself this morning. Which I guess is an advantage of us being all pixely. It makes it easy to make new outfits. Anyway, I'd like to test something out. Just want to make sure this works. Go ahead and pick the option that you agree with the most. Ooh, these are some good options. I'll go with this one. I didn't think you'd be so forward. Well, now I know how those player choices work. And I know you're here for sure. Pretty much everything's set for me. Since I know how to make choices for you, we can just spend the rest of our time here with each other. Doesn't that sound nice? Just you and me. So yeah, basically I'm trying to apply here that Monica's found a way to Act 3 nice and early. And so part of this puzzle is that editing the character files is off the table. So, like, her methods for Act 1 and Act 2 are not valid methods anymore. So, like, just skip those. And, like, in the original game, Act 3, like, only applies because there are no other characters. And Monica's using, like, a background space that she found. Space Classroom. And I'm saying, okay, Monica's found a different way to do an Act 3, which is she's editing the sequences themselves. So by being able to by being able to create player choices and edit the sequences, she's basically able to do Act 3 by just not including the other characters. Basically. Just you and me. Nope, nope, nope. We're not doing this. Damn it! I had this whole scene written out. You and my dude were gonna become friends. He's not even real. We've been over this before. You aren't special. You know what? No more beach. What? Ah! There, you happy? Now no one gets a beach episode. Monica, you're gonna go back to my dude's house, and you will have character development with him. But... Oh, did you need something, Monica? Huh? I mean, I could hear the printer going, so I thought everything was fine. But, you seem a bit absolutely mortified. Do you need help with something? Fine. If I remember the sequence I replaced, then... Hello? So, my dude, you don't really get out much, yeah? Yeah? Where's this coming from? Well, don't you ever get lonely, my dude? Not really, no. It's not like I don't spend time with other people, even if I don't touch grass too often. I've got a handful of close friends, which I prefer over seeing people who know me but don't really know me. This is what that thing was so insistent upon. I mean, isn't it really cliche? Loner boy tells popular girl that she doesn't have any real friends? Whatever. I get you, my dude. Actually, did you know I used to be head of the debate club? Yeah, it's like in day one, at the cupcake dinner party, tea party table, like Monica's introduction mentions she used to be part of the debate club, and if you remember back like 3 million years ago, I didn't bring up that at all. Like, Monica's introduction was like, oh yeah, my dude already knows Monica, whatever. So we're doing this here. We're introducing this now. Did you know I used to be head of the debate club? I don't remember exactly, but that sounds right. I think so. While not having any real connections is part of the reason I quit to start the literature club. The debate club was one of those stereotypical popular places. On the surface, it's all smiles, but when your back is turned, it's nothing but complaints and bad-mouthing. Huh. Well, I feel kind of bad for lumping her in with the popular kids. Sorry to hear that. It's fine. Literature club is more than made up for that experience anyway. Hey, Monica? Yeah, my dude? How did you and Sayori meet? Oh. Well, it was just after I quit the debate club. I was helping out in the library, manning the front desk, when a precocious little cinnamon bun walked in. You mean Sayori? Yeah, you call her Bun, right? I don't think I've ever heard anyone call her that. Although now that I think about it, maybe we should be calling her a Bun. Huh. So yeah, that's just a little Easter egg for those of us in the know. I'm not saying this is like canon or anything. Nah, we're just having fun here. Anyway, she came in because the teacher had given her some books to return. Was it Mrs. Schlip? I think so, yeah. Sayori's told me horror stories about Mrs. Schlip. Although I think she probably just didn't like Sayori. To be fair, on the one hand, Sayori isn't exactly a model student. But on the other, Sayori is great, so Miss Schlip must be some sort of out-of-touch old fart. Anyway, she starts chatting with me about... Oh, what was it? Oh, right, how the vending machine down the hall was broken. One thing led to another, she asked me my friend, and well, here we are. Cool. So, are you done with the printing, or... Huh? Oh, right. Let's check. In the office, see if the printing is done. There's a bunch of pamphlets now ready for the folding. So, should we fold these now, or should we send them to Sayori first? I say we fold them now. That way Sayori knows the space she has for her designs. Oh, fair enough. Let's get folding, yeah? Sounds good, my dude. Folding. We folding. You know, now that we're finished folding, I think Sayori's gonna spend the entirety of her weekend drawing. Maybe I should make her lunch and dinner tomorrow. Well, we're done folding, so I'll go ahead and take these over to Sayori's house. Alright, sounds good, Monica. Actually, Monica? Yes, my dude? Not to pry, but do you suffer from panic attacks or something? What do you mean? Well, when you left the office after you started the printing, you had this really scared look on your face. And that happened on Thursday too, right? So, yeah, I'm just a bit worried about your health. Should I roll with that, or just tell him not to worry about it? Because I know where telling the truth will get me. More panic attacks. Have you talked to a doctor about it? I guess I'm rolling with it. Actually, this is a problem I've had since I was little. Aw, crap, I'm sorry. It's fine, my dude, you didn't know. Anyway, it was way worse when I was younger. Actually, part of the reason I'm so athletic now is because I needed physical therapy as part of my treatment. I'm not saying this is canon. I'm saying Monica's laying out of her butt right now and is saying something believable. Oh. Anyway, I've been out on medication since I started high school, which has helped a lot. If I may ask, is your condition permanent? Kind of. I don't think it'll ever go away, but it's certainly improved. It has certainly improved. So you don't need to worry about it. Has it ever gotten to the point where you are, like, completely catatonic? Only when I was little, but yeah. Is there, like, a specific way someone is supposed to help with that? Something similar to the Heimlich or AED chest compressions? Look at you, being all helpful, my dude. No wonder you've stolen both Sayori's and Yuri's hearts. Ahaha! What? Ah, crap. Well, Monica? I just meant that you're good friends with them, that's all. Aha. Yeah, right. How much does she know? Well, anyway, I'm off to Sayori's now. Bye, my dude. Monica leaves. What is up with her? Well, I got the rest of my Saturday to enjoy. I managed to game straight from 1:30 when Monica left all the way till bedtime. Now it's just before lunchtime on Sunday. Natsuki texted me that she'd be coming over sooner than we thought, and I should wait outside for her. Allegedly, the ingredients supply she's bringing are heavy. And here she comes now. Quit standing around and give me a hand, my dude. Oh, those do look heavy. I gotcha. I take the heavy bags that Natsuki offers me and let her into my house. As expected, we make our way into the kitchen. Did you remember everything I asked you to? Yep. Want me to get that out? That'd be great, but I can count on you. Hey, my dude, where do you keep the mixing bowls? They're up in that cabinet. Oh, right. How could I forget? I'll get them down for you since you're vertically challenged. You jerk. Natsuki hits me on the shoulder. Hard enough to feel it, but not so hard that it'd do any damage. I get out the mixing bowls as per her request. This sort of thing happen to you often? Eh, what do you mean? You know, being too short for stuff. I'd probably resent it if I was smaller than everyone I knew. It's only ever bad when people are punks about it. But it does come with the added benefit of pissing them off whenever I'm better than them, despite my size. That answer's very you. Are we going to keep talking about my height, or are we actually going to get to work? Well, what's the first step in an operation of this kind, Madam Baker? First, we're going to make the batter, so... In our quest for a batter, we've made quite the mess. Turns out the mixer isn't big enough to do it all in one go, so we had to do multiple batches. Natsuki has been careful to micromanage my every movement, even though I think I've been doing a pretty good job for my first time baking. My dude, what did you do with the food coloring? It should still be in that grocery bag. Are we coloring the batter or something? Well, of course. I say we should make each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can pick their favorite. Assuming that color preference is evenly distributed among our school's population. That sounds good, though. Are we going to color the frosting, too? See, this is a subtle difference, but every mention of icing in the original game I have changed to frosting. And this is because when I was originally transcribing it, I messed up and said frosting instead of icing, because in my head they were the same thing. But I was like, damn, I don't want to go in and change it. So I googled it, and icing is like thin, crusty stuff, like on a glazed donut. But frosting is the fluffy stuff you would find on an actual cupcake. So yeah, the original game was wrong, and Dan Salvato is a hack fraud, and yeah, I'm cool. Frosting is apparently what it is. Are we gonna color the frosting too? Do you want to? I mean, if we're coloring the batter, we might as well, right? Yeah, but where's your spirit? You're not taking this seriously at all. What, you want more enthusiasm? Because I can get you more enthusiasm, if that's what you want. On second thought, never mind. I think I might be better off not saying your enthusiasm. Eh. While we were exchanging barbs, Natsuki started separating the batter into smaller bowls, and dropping a color within each. You really care about the presentation, huh? Of course! The presentation's where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's also where villains become super. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes light up. I think her math might be a bit exaggerated. I guess that explains the cat cupcakes. So what are we going to do with the frosting once it's colored? Well, before putting any coloring in, we need to make sure the frosting is fully mixed. Ah, gotcha. Since the electric mixer is preoccupied with the batter, I've been mixing the frosting the old-fashioned way. Eh, it's still lumpy. You gotta really beat the crap out of it, my dude. I was trying not to make more of a mess, but if more elbow grease is what you need, is what you want, that's what you'll get. I get whisking proper, thoroughly abusing the poor frosting. It looks better. Natsuki stabs the frosting with one of her fingers, testing both the consistency and taste. I decide to join her in her investigation with my own finger, to which Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. Hey, I don't want your gross fingers in my frosting. Your frosting? My sister in Christ, who mixed it? Oh yeah? I'll beat you harder than you beat the frosting. I am the master here, after all. Oh yeah? Well, shouldn't we add the color into the frosting now? Yeah, probably. Oven's done preheating, chef. Alright, let's get the batter in there before we color the frosting. As straight as you can fit. Ah, that smells good. Batter is finished baking and is now ready to be frosted. We colored the frosting while the cupcakes were baking, so all I have to do is... So how are we getting the frosting on them anyway? I brought decorating stuff with me, so... Here, scoop the frosting into these bags. Natsuki hands me a few plastic bags that she brought with her. I've got these nozzles that make it look nice and fluffy. I even got one that'll make flowers, but I don't think we'll be using it. I noticed a nozzle that's particularly thin compared to the rest. What's this one for? You can use that one to make stripes or other patterns, but it's also used for writing stuff on cakes. So we could use it to write stuff on the cupcakes? I mean, we could. Well, it's a literature event, right? And Yuri already did something similar with words on cardstock to make a door curtain, so we could write individual words on the cupcakes too. Dang it, that's good. I thought so. Let's just get the frosting on those cupcakes already. Aye, aye, Captain. Natsuki touches the nozzle. Here, I'll show you how to do it. She demonstrates the proper technique, then hands me my own bag of frosting. Alright. After we're finished, put them all side by side. Look how pretty they are. No arguments here. Oh, I wish I could have one now. I mean, we'll get first dibs on festival day, so I'm sure you'll be fine. No meddling, Sayori's notwithstanding. Eh. Anyway, it's about lunchtime, and I'm planning on making something for Sayori. So you want to help me with that? Sounds good, my dude. Actually, my dad told me to be home for lunch. Sorry. The way she said that doesn't make it sound like she's upset she can't help me. She sounds upset that she has to go home, specifically. Not a fan of that. It's alright, I'll tell Sayori you said hi. Yeah. I'll help Natsuki pack up her things and see her out the door. Alright, what would Sayori want for lunch? Is I making for her something breakfasty? Yeah, that sounds about right. I made Sayori some pancakes and eggs, which I am now bringing over to her house. Knock knock! Okay, well I know her parents aren't home. Sayori really should be home right now. I try knocking again. I quickly test the doorknob to see if her house is unlocked. It is. Okay. I text Sayori to let her know I'm coming in. I enter Sayori's house. Hello? Sayori, are you home? No response. That's concerning. I head up the stairs towards Sayori's room. Her door is closed. I knock on her door. Sayori, are you in there? Still nothing. I check my phone to see if Sayori texted me. Maybe she's just not home right now and forgot to lock the door. And forgot to turn off the lights. Nope. No text from Sayori. I don't think this has ever happened before, Sayori being missing. Alright, Sayori, if you're in there, you'd best be wearing something, because I'm coming in. I gently... No. I open the door. Normally. Sayori? Oh. Sayori's asleep at her desk, resting her head on what I assume to be the pamphlets she was working on. And to think, this is what I was getting worked up for. Although she really should remember to lock her door. Psst, hey, Sayori. I tried to nudge her a little. Sayori, wake up. No, I don't wanna. Someone's playing hard to get. Alright. Get up, Sayori. I made you breakfast. Breakfast? Breakfast? There she is. Yeah, it's in the dining room, getting sad and cold waiting for you. Wait a minute. My dude, what are you doing in my room? Well, somebody decided to sleep all the way until lunch and wouldn't wake up when I called for them. Wait, seriously? It's lunchtime already? Sayori checks the time. Ah, crap! Come on, let's just have lunch already, Sayori. Yeah, meanie. Whoa, pancakes. Hey, there's eggs too. Thanks a lot, my dude. Sayori gives me a quick hug, which would be a lot nicer if it weren't for a certain fact. Sayori? Yeah? You stink. Did you not shower or something? Hey, about that. Oh no. See, Monica gave me a lot of pamphlets to work on. Yeah. So I thought it would take a long time to do them all. Yeah. So I sort of, maybe kind of, stayed up all night working on them. Until I sort of just fell asleep today. Sayori? Yeah? If it's too much work, so much so that you think you'd have to stay up all night to do it, that's a sign you shouldn't be doing it alone and should get some help. But Yuri was doing the decorations, Monica already got me the pamphlets, and you were busy with Natsuki today. After Monica left to give you the pamphlets, I just lounged around and played video games. Had I known you were struggling so bad, I would have come over. Hell, the reason I made you lunch is because I thought you wouldn't have the time or energy to make it yourself. But I didn't know it was this bad. I just didn't want to bother you. Bother me? Sayori, we're all in the same festival prep boat. Besides, I like to think of myself as a good enough person that their best friend could trust them to help out. Hey, what's up? To be honest, you've been a bit off recently. How so? Well, I don't remember you ever staying up through the night just to work on something. Ah, crap, is that why you started sleeping in? Too much workload? Something else then? Anyway, you've been weird about other things too. Like, you've been kind of wistful and introspective recently. Worse than I've ever seen you being. Stop. What? Stop what, Sayori? Stop worrying about me so much. You know, Sayori, saying that is only going to make me more concerned. Would you stop worrying if I told you the truth? Huh? I mean, maybe. Do you promise? This sounds like a promise that'd be tough to keep. Sure, whatever, I promise. Did something happen, Sayori? No, nothing happened. Nothing new, anyway. But you see, the thing is, my dude, I've had bipolar disorder for a while now. So, obviously, in the original game, Sayori does not have bipolar disorder. Or at the very least, she was not diagnosed with bipolar disorder. She was diagnosed with depression. And I probably could have left it at, she just has, like, a weaker depression than she did in the actual game, due to Monica not being able to influence that. But I'm choosing to say Sayori's major malfunction is bipolar instead. And the reason I did that is one, I've already established that Sayori's, like, being off isn't just her, like, being more sad than normal. She's also, like, more happy than normal. I introduced that concept, which is like, hey, my dude, I'm so happy to spending time with you, like, as a, like, almost as if it's an overcorrection from her sort of depressed rain cloud state. And so I'm trying to, like, obviously there's gonna be more after Act 1. So from my perspective, like, part of the reason people like Sayori, or at the very least people who like Sayori for her, like someone bubbly. They like the jubilance, and they you know, feel sympathy for her depression, but they love her joy. And I would say I like her joy too. It brings me great joy to see her, you know, be fun, like, in fan stuff. And sort of, if Sayori is going to have a long-term problem, I think it would be more interesting to write bipolar than to write depression. Because, not to get into spoilers, but, like, the Dokis and MC are going to be in a situation that's going to be challenging. And I feel like it would be, the long-term consequences of depression would be inconvenient for me to write for, compared to bipolar. And so, bipolar also has the room to partially account for Sayori's canon fumbles, where she's like, yeah, the bottles poem. Because bipolar is extreme mood swings. And I would also probably say, like, it'd be like, not just that the mood swings are quick between one another, but also their state is also extreme. So it sort of accounts for that. Not nearly as much as actual depression, but, like, it's there. And so that's sort of my justification to, like, fundamentally change this part of her. So anyway, Sayori's had bipolar for a while now. I knew that promise would be hard to keep. How long have you had it? About since 6th grade. That was about when Sayori started getting bullied for hanging out with me. So yeah, I previously mentioned, like, Sayori, like, it was bad on Sayori. Like, when people were like, comparing Sayori and MC to, like, a married couple. Like, previously I mentioned that, like, it happened, and it was bad. And I'm establishing it was straight up bullying. I know what you're thinking, and no, it's not your fault. It's no one's fault, my dude. As much as I want that to make me feel better, it kinda doesn't. Your parents know, right? Oh yeah, they're the ones who took me in to see a psychologist. Well, that's good. So do you have, like, medication or something you take? I used to. I was finally prescribed some at the start of high school. But they made me drowsy and had other side effects. Well, that sort of explains a lot. From how she's kind of manic sometimes, to the wild shifts in how she feels about spending time with me. So if you're not on medication, do you regularly see a therapist or something? I haven't been able to since my parents have been gone. I am really not a fan of that. Well, hey. Thanks for telling me. This is obviously sensitive stuff, and it means a lot that you trust me like that. But I have to make my promise. Huh? There's no way in hell I'm gonna stop worrying about you if you've been struggling this whole time. My dude. No buts. If you trust me enough to tell you about your problems, I owe it to you to be there for you when you need me. You're the one who said I wasn't selfish after all, right? So here's where we'll start. Once we're done with lunch, I'm helping you with those pamphlets. And when we're done with those, we're going out to eat, wherever you want. My treat. My dude, you're too good for me. Hey now, I meant what I said on Friday. Even if we have to be far away, I never want us to grow distant. I did forget to mention that you'll definitely be showering before we head out. That last bit seemed to cheer her up. I didn't know how right I was when I said that Sayori had surprising depth. Well, now I know what's up with her, at least. Which, honestly, it does make me feel better to know. Even if it'd be better if she had nothing going on at all. It's nice to actually be aware. Huh? As promised, I helped Sayori with the remaining pamphlets and took her out to eat. She just wanted some fast food, which was nice for my wallet. When we were eating, I asked if she knew anything about Monica having panic attacks. She was surprised to hear about that. Apparently, Monica never told her anything about anything like that. Not only that, Sayori said she'd never seen anything like that from Monica before. Weird. Anyway, we've got a big day tomorrow, so I shoot Sayori a quick text to remind her to get some shut-eye. After getting ready for bed myself, I head off to Dreamland. Alright. Everything seems to be in order. Natsuki's partially revealed the source of her soon. Yuri's begun to be obsessed with my dude. Sayori's revealed her secret. Which, yes, I know is different. Just a creative liberty for you. And Monica's schemes have been thwarted by me and the nature of this new world. Perfect. Now we can really begin. I hope you enjoy the ride. Because they probably won't. My back's kind of sore. What's that creaky wooden sound? Hey, you're finally awake. I'm dreaming, right? You were trying to cross the border, right? I tried to pinch myself, but my hands are bound. Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us, and that thief over there. Oh, God. No. It can't. Why? Damn you, Todd! What? So, yeah. Surprise, everybody. My MC replacement fan game, turns out it was an Isekai fan game the whole time. So there's a lot to unpack here. So first of all, Question Mark Man has revealed their motives of telling a story, and has claimed that sort of all the things I've been talking to you about were like Question Mark Man's master plan. It's like to get things set up, get the characters a certain way, like change Sayori's problem, like get Monica, like maneuver Monica as best as they can, and like reveal information about Yuri and Natsuki, like then slowly dole it out. for this moment. And Question Mark Man is here to tell an interesting story. Is their motivation. And the reason I'm going with Skyrim Isekai is one, there's only so many like Isekai Doki stories where they take it like at face value. Like what there's the D&D Doki one, I think. And like Doki Dimensions is kind of that, but like it's different because it's multiverse. And so my concept, my pitch for Doki Isekai and Skyrim is that I'm trying to utilize both intellectual properties to their full effect. So it's I'm using the narrative of Skyrim, like the main plot of Skyrim, and like the world of Tamriel to cause conflict and to like navigate through the Dokis. And so it may pan out that I'm accidentally making a Save the Dokis game, but what I'm trying to do is not save the Dokis. It's like it's to understand the Dokis. It's to deep dive the Dokis, and for everyone to sort of like come to an understanding with each other and like help each other like live. And so with like a sort of the Salvation remake and like Salvation approach is we're gonna stay in Doki World and we're gonna have everyone like be like, dude, my life friggin' sucks, and the MC's gonna be like, damn, I'll help out with that though. Let's be friends though, for real. Let's be chill. And like that's sort of the plot. But where I'm saying that we're gonna be forced to get along and to function and to learn how to function, because if we don't, we might straight up like get killed by a giant or whatever. So like that's my justification here, and I think there's an interesting story to tell in this scenario. So yeah, that's my TLDR. Thanks for watching. My dude MC, the demo, Act 1. There should be a download link in the description if you want to play it yourself. Even though I might have like just showed you like literally all of it. That's fine though. So yeah, goodbye.